Hello, hello. I just wanted to welcome you to your online drawing course. My name is Lisa Zerbel. I am a practicing artist. We're in my messy studio right now. You can see some things behind me. I got my MFA at ASU and I've stayed in the Valley and I've been teaching and making art mostly. I've had a lot of different jobs within the art field, but teaching really is one of my favorites. So I'm very excited for this course. This is an online course, so things are going to be a little bit different. There is going to be a lot of ownership for you to take this material, take this content, and really explore in your own time. You're going to have to make your own schedule. You're going to have to do your own practice. You're going to have to keep practicing and exploring and hammering down these things until you feel like you understand them. There is not an opportunity for me to kind of come and say, hey, you could do, fix this a little bit. Maybe if you look at this from a different angle, perhaps use this pencil, this tool for this. I'm not with you as you are making these. So that is a little bit different. But there is a lot of freedom for you to really have this content right in front of you and explore until you understand it and until you feel comfortable with it, until you master it. So there is a give and a take. There are positives and negatives to both in-person learning and online learning. Couple of strengths though, I feel like online is really great for being flexible with your own schedule. It's great for independent freedom, exploration. It's good for you to kind of create your own experience. So in that way, I think it's great. When we are doing this drawing class, you're going to be mostly online through that Canvas app, but if you run into an issue, if you're really stuck on something, please do email and request a video meeting from me. A lot of these things can be resolved in a 5-minute conversation if you're just not getting it through the asynchronous material, or if the emails just aren't cutting it, they're not getting to the problem, you need to show me something, you need to talk through something, please do feel free to request a video conference from me. Okay, so that is, I think, all I wanted to do as far as an intro. I did want to go ahead and pop open that syllabus. I will be asking you to very carefully and slowly read through this syllabus in your own time, and then you'll be signing that you have done so in the discussion forum. But there are a few things that I just wanted to go over. So this Art 1 runs concurrently with Art 2 and beyond. So if you are Art 1, you will be taking these assignments, doing them as set. If you are Art 2, there's a little bit more freedom. I will be adapting some of the assignments just to be a little bit different. But if you are really wanting to focus on something, if you say, hey, I love charcoal, can we do a charcoal intensive? Or, hey, I really want to do portraits, can I adapt this assignment? Drawing 2 and beyond has the ability to customize some of those things. So just please open a dialogue with me, shoot me an email and say, hey, for this project, I was really thinking X, Y, and Z. Is that okay? And then we'll have a conversation about how to adapt that for you. So Art 2 and beyond, it's a little more customized. Just talk to me. Okay? I do have 2 emails. Please go ahead and use this Paradise Valley email. It just helps me keep things in one place. You can also email me through the Canvas inbox app and it gets routed to this email. Either way, totally fine. Again, if you want to schedule a video conference, please just email me and say, hey, do you have any availability between 11 and 2 on Tuesday? And I'll shoot back and say, yes, let's meet at Tuesday, 1 p.m. And then I'll send you the Zoom link. We'll hop on and have that conversation. So that is available. I have a pretty flexible schedule. I just need to book that in advance so I can put it on my calendar. I can plan for it. And I know that I have the time. I'm prepared. I'm in a good spot, etc. Okay, I will be checking my email within 24 hours on the weekdays. Weekends, it might take a little longer, just depending on if I'm, out of town doing a different job, something like that. Okay, beep boop boop. You can read through the rest of that to get an idea of what this course will be covering. There is no textbook. That should have been taken off the official course description. I will be sending you readings. You don't need to buy any book. Materials. I just wanted to really quickly go over some of these. So these are the things that you need to have. This is an additional that Art 2 needs to have. The rest of these are just a nice to have. Okay, and I did link everything that felt confusing. So there's an example. You don't have to have that exact item. Other things will do. However, some of these things are a little particular. So white plastic eraser, I like this brand, but just any white eraser will do. The graphite pencil set, you need to have, at least 4 different types of pencils, but you can get a pencil set that has 12 pencils. That's totally up to you. You do need the waterproof ink, the pen and nib set. There are a lot of different kinds of those. Choose the one that feels most exciting to you. They're versatile in some different ways, so just pick the one that feels like it's useful and exciting for you. Pencil sharpener, drawing pad. So there's a large drawing pad. That's where your big project assignments will be. This little pad is going to be where all of our sketchbook exercises are housed. I do need it to be minimum 8 by 10 inches. I don't want you drawing on something really tiny. I need you to have some room. If you want to go even bigger than that, great, fine, awesome. This drawing pad is a multimedia, which means it will be durable enough for that pen and ink. If you use just any drawing pad that you have lying around, you will need to test it with water-based media to make sure it can stand up to that. Some of them can, some of them can't. Okay, optional. You can go ahead and link those. The only one that I didn't link was the viewfinder. Do I have one handy? I think I do. Okay, so this is what I use as a viewfinder. This is actually from the old school film slides, but you can go ahead and make this out of cardboard. You can make it out of cardstock, you can make it out of mat board, you can make it out of any slightly durable material that you have. Just cut yourself a square and then cut out the inside so that it is a rectangle. This is useful when I am drawing. If I were drawing that as a still life, I could then go ahead and use this to gauge, okay, what do I actually want in my paper? Is that how I'm going to frame it on my paper? Do I want things larger? Is that how I'll frame it on the paper? And you can kind of move this around and decide, okay, I think that's a great composition, imagining that that rectangle is my paper in my sketchbook, and I can go ahead and draw it into that rectangular form. So that's just helpful in trying to visualize the world as a 2D form. Go ahead and make this. Don't buy it. I don't think you even can buy it. Just make it out of something. Okay. So that was one thing that I wanted to show you about the materials. Okay, the rest has links. You can go ahead and go through all of that. I will say late work, you have a week to complete these assignments, or actually 6 days. So I'm not terribly lenient on, oh, I got sick one day or I was out of town for 2 days, because you do have an entire week. So it's on you to schedule things. I will also say I give Canvas a little bit of a buffer time. Sometimes it takes up to 2 hours to upload photos. So know that Canvas is going to be a little buggy. Factor that into your planning. Don't wait until 5 minutes before something is due, because then Canvas could crash, you could have upload issues, etc., etc. Okay. I will also say that the .heic from the iPhones is not readable through Canvas, so I will be sending you a handout and a worksheet to how to photograph your work on a cell phone, which is totally fine, but there are some things, especially if you're working with an iPhone, that you need to change in order for it to be readable by Canvas. You can slightly edit those from your phone or from the computer. That is up to you. Okie dokie. And I will also mention that all of these projects need to be done by you and original for this class. So you can't use a drawing that you did last weekend and you think, oh, this would apply. Nope, it has to be new. It has to be original based on the assignment that I've given you. And if you've taken this class before, you can't reuse any drawings. That would be like taking your chemistry test from last year and trying to submit it this year. That's not how this works. I need you to create new work, continually new work as done by my prompts. Okay? Withdrawals, if you don't turn anything in, if I don't hear from you, if you drop off the planet for 3 weeks, you will be forced withdrawed from the course. I don't enjoy doing that. I don't like to do that, but Maricopa Colleges asked me to keep my roster quote unquote clean. There's a cleanup that we all have to do to make sure that everyone in the class wants to be there, they're active, they're participating, etc., etc. So if you drop off the planet for 3 weeks, you might be force dropped from the class. Okay, everything else I think is really helpful, good, important information, but I will let you read that on your own. Please do click on those links. If you have a question, if you need to know anything else, that is where I will stop it though. And I will go ahead and say I'm excited for the semester. Please look forward to the first week's content drop on Friday. You'll get your first assignment then. Until then, go ahead and read through that syllabus and gather up all of your materials. Okay, I'm excited for the semester and I hope you are too. I look forward to exploring your creative artistry.